All right, guys, so I'm recording just in case there are people who want to watch this later. But tonight I wanted to talk about getting results with your program. So sometimes these team calls are going to be more like business oriented, and I'll always let you guys know what the topic is. Since this is really kind of our first team call, I'm just, kind of getting a schedule together and figuring things out. But I did want to talk about something that pertains to everybody tonight, which is getting results with your programs, because you're all doing a fitness program. You're all doing either Shakeology or the Performance Line. So I just wanted to talk about how you can kind of manage things to make sure that you are getting the best results and that you're feeling really good. So obviously the first thing is to stick with your program. I'm going to use bar as an example because most of us are doing bar right now. I'm on my second round. And really the best way to get results is just to stick to the program as written. Now, that being said, I know I haven't been taking the rest days. I took 2 over the weekend because I was traveling and I got really sick, but I don't usually take the rest days. That works for me, but that does not mean that that will work for you. I just mentally, I don't like to take rest days. I feel better if I work out every day. So you can, if you want to do that, you can, but certainly stick to the 5-day-a-week schedule if you can. And if you can't, at least keep moving forward. But I would definitely recommend sticking to the Monday through Friday schedule that she has. I know some people, because of their work schedules, maybe they work weekends and have 2 days off during the week. That's fine. You can move it around a little bit. But if you're not getting the results that you want, take a look at what you're doing. And are you actually like sticking to that? Are you actually following the schedule? Are you pushing yourself as hard as you can during your workouts? If your weights feel too light, bump them up. If some of those moves where you're like, lifting your leg, or like today I did booty, and there's the one where like you move one knee in and out and then the other knee in and out and then both. If that feels too easy to you, get some of the resistance bands and use those, because I will tell you that up levels like crazy. I started using them and it's been like, it feels good, but it's definitely tougher. Just you always have to think about how you can progress. So even if you're sticking to the schedule and you're doing everything you're supposed to do, maybe you add some of those extra workouts. She has like those enhancement workouts. They're like 10 minutes, so you can always add those. And if you're really not sure, just reach out to me and we can talk about it. If you feel like you're pushing and doing everything you're supposed to be doing with your workouts, then it's really important that you look at your nutrition. And I mean, there have been times where I am like spot on. I love to work out, do my workouts every day, but if I'm not on with my nutrition, it shows and it makes a huge difference. So it might be time that you choose one of our 2 nutrition programs and you do one of them, because if you're not doing them, that can make a difference. And I will tell you guys, for a while, because of my own health issues, and I'm sure you've heard this story a million times, but I have a really hard time losing weight. I gained a lot of weight and then I could not get it off. So I was doing low carb, keto-ish for about 6 months. And that was after I tried 2B Mindset, and I tried the Portion Fix, and I tried a couple of other ways of eating, just like vegan and stuff like that, and nothing was working. And keto worked for me. So I stuck to it for a while. But obviously, like, I like to eat carbs sometimes, and I wanted to be able to do that again. But I was stagnant for like 6 weeks where there was no weight coming off. And, I do still have some weight to lose. I don't like to focus on weight, but, I have doctors who do, and I have a health concern, and, they want me at a certain weight, and I'm not quite there yet. So I decided to start doing the portion control plan again, Portion Fix. And if you're not familiar with that, it's the same it's the same nutrition plan that went with 21 Day Fix. So it's a little, sometimes I have the color containers in here, I don't, but the little color coded containers. I'm certified in that program, so I'd be happy to teach you about it and share more about it with you if you're curious. But that is the plan that I initially lost 40 pounds with. And since I started doing it a few weeks ago, the weight has started to drop again. So a lot of times it is your nutrition. We also have the 2B Mindset. The difference really between the two is that portion control is more prescribed. So you get a certain amount of vegetables that you need to eat every day, and a certain amount of healthy fat, and a certain amount of carbs, and a certain amount of protein. And each one of those corresponds to a different colored container. And you know, like exactly what you're supposed to be eating each day. Now, you have some flexibility. So like, you know, you get to pick your protein, you get to pick your carbs. There are food lists, but it's not like they tell you to eat half a cup of ground turkey and an apple and 2 handfuls of lettuce. It's not like that. You can pick which foods you get. And it's the same with 2B Mindset, but 2B Mindset is even more flexible. So you have foods that you can choose from, but it's a plating method. So it's a plate, a round plate, and for breakfast you get like half the plate is carbs and half the plate is protein. And then for lunch, it's, I think half the plate is vegetables, a quarter of the plate is protein, and a quarter of the plate is carbohydrates, and so on. So it's just a little bit more flexible, because then like your healthy fats and things like that, there's no like measurement for it. So when I did that, it did not work well for me, but everybody is different. And we have people, we even have people in this group on our team page who are doing 2B Mindset and loving it and getting great results. So it's just a matter of not just what will work for you and your body, but what's going to work for your mind. For me, I mean, obviously, like my body responded better to the Portion Fix, but I also, it makes sense to me. And I think it's because I spent so much time doing it before. But I have an app where I just check off, okay, well, I had a green container, a red container, and a blue container for breakfast this morning, or whatever. And I just check it off. And so throughout the day, I kind of know like what I can eat. And I just do that every day, and it's very easy for me. But yeah, so if you're struggling with your results, got to look at your nutrition. And that also counts your Shakeology. So are you drinking your Shakeology every day? Are you, like, what are you mixing it with? Sometimes, excuse me, sometimes people will say to me, well, I'm still hungry after I have my Shakeology. Well, you can mix stuff with it. So sometimes you need to add a little healthy fat to it, or fruit or veggies. I mean, sometimes I load that thing up. Like sometimes I'm putting in like frozen banana, handful of spinach, maybe some berries, maybe some peanut butter or almond butter. I almost always mix my shakes with almond milk. Excuse me. But you can play around with that. So if you find that you're hungry when you drink your Shakeology, add stuff to it. It's not really meant to be, it's only 180 calories or something like that, depending on the flavor, but it's around like 170, 180 calories, something like that. That's not really enough for a meal. There's enough nutrition in the shake to replace a meal, but as far as the calories and like the holding power to keep you full and satisfied, you really should be adding stuff to it. So do that if you're struggling with it. But the other thing with Shakeology is that you need to be drinking it every single day. And that is because there's like a cumulative effect. It's not like you just drink it like once a week or whatever. Like I have so many people who have told me like, well, I have like 3 bags of Shakeology already. Well, why are you not drinking it? It's like the simplest thing in the world to do. I never understand that. You know, it takes 2 seconds to mix up a shake, even if you just throw it in a shaker cup with water or something. I mean, I know that's not like the yummiest way to drink it, but you can get it in that way. You should be thinking of it like your daily vitamins. And it's better than taking a daily vitamin because your body is going to absorb the nutrients from food better than a pill. And Shakeology is made from food. So to me, it's a no-brainer. I drink my shake every single day. I never miss it. Even like when I was away last weekend, I forgot to take it when I forgot to drink it one day. And so I drank it right before I went to bed because I need to have it every single day because I know it helps me to feel good and it helps me to get results. It's not a weight loss shake per se, but what it does is it helps to fill in those nutritional gaps so you don't get as many cravings, because a lot of times your cravings are because your body isn't getting something that it needs. So it helps to do that. Obviously, it's sweet. So if you have a sweet tooth, it helps with that. And it makes sure that you're getting everything you need. It helps your digestion. There's just so many different benefits to it. And you guys should get familiar with that, especially if you're somebody who's building a business. You should know the benefits, because I will tell you, and you guys can probably attest to this, No one really cares, like, if you start spouting out, well, it has this and it has that and it has this, and nobody cares about that. They want to know what kind of results they're going to get from it. So I always tell people that my digestion is improved. I have more energy, which is huge for me with my thyroid condition. Not having a thyroid, I mean, I do still get tired, but I've been on the shakes and I've been off the shakes. And with the shakes, I have way more energy and I feel way better. So, like, I'm not going to give that up. But so telling people like the results that I get is really what gets them excited about the shake, and not necessarily, that it has whatever percent of your vitamin A, or no one cares. No one cares about that stuff. So you don't need to memorize that stuff, but you should get familiar with some success stories with it and start thinking about your own success with it. What is it doing for you? The other thing that you might want to look at to get better results, or to maybe increase your energy, increase your muscle tone, take your results to the next level, is to look at our performance line. I don't use every single product that Beachbody offers, but I have some that I can't live without. And so that is obviously Shakeology, Energize, and Recover. Energize is the pre-workout. If you're not familiar, I'm just going to, talk about this a little bit. You drink it before your workout. Now, some people drink it and then they wait like 30 minutes and then they do their workout. I can't wait that long. I don't know why. It's like within 5 or 10 minutes of me drinking it, I can feel the effects. And for me, it makes my hands tingle and my arms a little bit. And that's I never know how to say it. I think it's quercetin. Makes like a tingling effect. What I really like about Energize is that I have tried other pre-workout drinks before, and they made me feel really jittery and kind of sick to my stomach, almost like I drank like a pot of coffee by myself on an empty stomach, and that's not a good feeling. But Energize, I don't get that feeling, but I do get that like kind of like pins and needles, itchy kind of feeling. And if I don't work out before that happens, it drives me crazy. Now, if I'm working out, I don't really feel that, but if I just like drink it and like sit around for a while, it actually happened over the weekend when I was in Utah for my team retreat. I drank my Energize and we were standing around because we were all going to do a group workout together, and I was talking to the girls, and all of a sudden I could feel it, and it happens in my face too, and I was like, my face is so itchy. So yeah, I have to, like, I drink it and I get right downstairs and do my workout. It does definitely make a difference for me. Energize actually came out after I started Beachbody, so I wasn't using it for a while. And then when it came out, I was like, oh, I'll try it. And it has definitely made a difference in my energy levels. Throughout my workout, it helps me to like push harder. There are a lot of clinical studies about it too. So if you're into that kind of thing, you can look that up. It's in your back office, but you can also just Google it and it'll come up. And then Recover is for after your workout, and it really does help a lot with soreness. Again, these products were not out when I first started, and I noticed a difference when I started drinking Recover. It also tastes delicious. It kind of tastes like chocolate milk. And I don't know, like I look forward to it, like while I'm doing my workout, especially when I'm getting toward the end, I'm like, oh, I get to have my Recover soon. I really enjoy it. And that comes in either chocolate or orange. I've never tried the orange. I just love my chocolate so much that I don't want to stray from it. And there's also a vegan version of the chocolate, which I also have not tried because, again, I just love the one that I'm drinking. So if it ain't broke, why fix it? Energize comes in lemon and fruit punch. It also is, there's a mixed berry flavor that's coming out in a couple of months, which we're all very excited about. But yeah, I would definitely recommend like giving that a try and see if it makes a difference. But it's going to help to up level how hard you push in your workouts. If you push harder in your workouts, your results are going to be better. And the Recover is going to help with your muscle tone, with your soreness. Sometimes people will message me and say that they're really sore from their workout, and should they work out the next day or should they rest? I'm always a fan of pushing through that. Now, if it's pain, like actual pain, you do not want to push through that. You need to go see a doctor if you're in actual pain. But if it's just that your muscles are sore, you're feeling a little bit achy, really the Recover can probably help with that. You also want to be drinking a lot of water, but keep moving your body, keep doing your workouts every day, especially if you were not somebody who worked out regularly before. You need to get used to it. And I mean, honestly, I'm sore most days. I mean, I've been working out for years now, and I'm still sore most days, especially when a new program comes out, because it's like I'm using different muscles and different movements and things like that. But the recovery really does help. So I would recommend all of that. A couple of other things about the workout programs too that I failed to mention. If you want to like up level your results, a couple of other things that you can do. I did mention like adding the intensive, what does she call them? Enhancement workouts that Elise has. You can do that. You can also try doubling up if you want. I did that with Morning Meltdown when I did it like over the holidays, and that really did help. I wouldn't recommend doing that with a longer program, but a shorter one. Like if you feel good doing like one workout, you can try doubling up and doing a longer, you know, trying to do 2 workouts, like 30 minutes back to back. It's still just an hour, and if you have time to do that, that might make a difference depending on the program. Let me know if that's something you're thinking about, and I can make some suggestions. You could also try doing like maybe like 2 different programs. Like if you wanted to do double up with like bar and then maybe something else that's more cardio, you could, you know, maybe try that. But I'd be happy to try to figure that out with you if you're thinking about that. And you can always switch things up too. If you have BOD, you have access to all of our programs. So, you know, if you've been doing bar and you're getting, I mean, most of you who started in the test group with me are almost done now. I think you have like 1 more week after this. You could do a different program, and there are so many good ones to choose from, and just depending on what you like and what your goals are and what you're interested in. But sometimes like switching a program and maybe moving on to something a little bit harder can make you to push a little bit harder. You can get excited about doing a new program, and that's going to up level your results also. When I first started, I feel like this is such a good progression. I always use this example. I started with 21 Day Fix, which is really a foundational program. I modified almost my whole first round because I was not used to working out that way. And then my second round, I didn't modify as much. I did mostly like the mid, I guess you would call it midline, just like the regular movements. And then after that, I moved on to 21 Day Fix Extreme, which is a completely different program. It's the same trainer and the same kind of like structure, but it's harder. So I moved on to that, and I continued to get really good results. And then after I did that, I did Insanity Max 30, which is insanity. Like it's a hard program. And I was so excited to do that program. I felt like that was like so like out of my reach when I first started, and then to be able to do that program and to do it well and to finish it, that's what really got my love of fitness going, was that progression of going from a very basic baseline program, progressing through a couple rounds of that, moving on to something that was a little harder, and then doing one of the hardest programs in our entire library. I highly recommend that you try different programs. You're going to learn so much about yourself. You're going to get amazing results because you're switching things up and you're keeping your body guessing. You're keeping it interesting for yourself. So if you're getting towards the end of bar, I would recommend one of 2 things. Either do another round of bar like I am, but up level it. So add the resistance loops. You can find those on teambeachbody.com. They're not expensive at all. Or you can even get them, I think they sell them in like Walmart and Target and stuff. Do that. Increase your weights a little bit, add some of the intensifier moves. Maybe if you haven't been doing the extra workouts, you can do that. You can add those, but do something to up level. Don't just like go back and do the whole program again the way you have been. Do something, even if you're just adding an extra pound, or even if you're just adding the releves when you weren't before, or even if you're just adding the resistance loops, something. Or when you finish bar, move on to another program. We have 10 rounds is coming out. I think it's available to coaches, and you guys are all coaches, on March 16th. There is a sample workout that comes out next Monday, the 9th, but the program will be available to coaches on the 16th, and I believe you can start that day too. So you might want to plan for that. That's a boxing and lifting program. It's with Joel Freeman. He's one of my favorite humans. He's just funny and really an amazing trainer. His workouts are fun. I'm looking forward to doing that as well. So that's something that you guys can look at. If you're really enjoying bar and like the low intensity, you might want to look at like PiYo, the 3-week yoga retreat, something that's a little bit like more like low, not low intensity. What am I trying to say? Low impact. Low impact, high intensity. 21 Day Fix is always a good one. That one is so like near and dear to my heart. I also really enjoyed Morning Meltdown 100. So there are lots of different options, but if you're not sure, just let me know. I'm your coach, is what I'm here for, so I can help you to make some decisions. And finally, just the last thing that I wanted to say about results is that it helps so much to share them. And if you are thinking about making this a business, I highly recommend that you share your results. I know it's super scary. I do it all the time now. But when I first started, sharing like my before and after pictures scared the crap out of me. I looked like I was about 8 months pregnant in my before picture because I always carry all my weight in my stomach and my hips. So that was embarrassing, but also showing like, hey, yeah, I did look like this, but I decided to do something about it, and now I look like this, and now I'm progressing to this. It really increases your confidence when you do that, because people will notice and people will compliment you. And some people may reach out and say, hey, you know what, I need to do something too. I want to do what you're doing. Tell me more about it. That was how I got my very first customer. It was someone I went to high school with. I hadn't talked to her in like 25 years, and she reached out to me. She ended up buying a challenge pack from me, and I wasn't even planning on really doing anything with it. So just keep that in mind. Whether you want to make this a business or not, I personally feel like we have this amazing tool that we're using, and we shouldn't be keeping it a secret, because if it's helping you, it can help other people. So share those results, tell people what you're doing, get excited about it. You know, I think that a lot of times we don't think about it this way, but it's kind of selfish to keep it to ourselves. It's really something that can help other people. If it's making a difference in your life, it there's no way it's not going to help other people, is basically what I'm trying to say. I'm getting like stumbling over my words, but I've been doing this a long time, but I do feel like it's my responsibility to share it with people. And that's why I have reached out to so many of you. It's why I share about it all the time, and I talk about it all the time, because I think it's a life changer. And I just want as many people to experience that as possible. So if you start thinking about it that way, it feels much less salesy, because I do not feel like this is a sales gig. I'm in the people business. I help people. I love them. I care about them, and I want to see them thrive. That's why I named the team Strive and Thrive. So that's all I have to say. If you guys have additional questions about any of this stuff, you can always reach out to me. You can post them in the comments below this video in the team page. You can message me, whatever you need to do. But my job as your coach is to make sure that you're getting results. And that's important to me, because like I said, I want to see you guys succeed, and I want to see you do well, and I want to see you really enjoying this and loving this like I do. So please don't hesitate to reach out to me. And that's it. All right. So I hope you guys are doing well and enjoying everything. And I'm here if you need me. See you soon.